Psalm 39, King David reminds us of the frailty of life. And it's interesting because David opens the psalm by saying, like, I'm not gonna sin in what I say, around people and stuff. And then, he's like, oh, but man, I have these words inside me, and he bursts into this prayer to the Lord. And it's like he says in verse 4, God, remind me pretty much that my life is short. And then he goes into this whole thing about how short and frail our lives are in this world. It feels like a time, for some people who are healthy, it feels like we could live forever. It does. Right now, thank God, and by God alone, I'm in good health and I feel great. And it does feel weird that one day, unless Jesus comes back, this body is going to just give out and die for whatever reason. And it is a crazy thing, but life is so short. And why that's important is it helps to keep us in check. Because David's point was not just, of course, he wanted to not sin in what he did and what he said, but one thing to help him not sin was remembering that life is short. And by remembering that life is short and frail, it should keep us in check. Because we could die at any minute. Jesus could come back at any minute. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. And I'm guilty of sin just like everybody else. And it's something I need to keep, that I'm saying to myself, man, I need to remember that too. But how short our lives are. And I don't mean to say to keep it, to bring us down, but to remember and to keep things in the right perspective as we live, as we make decisions. Life is short, not guaranteed tomorrow. Hopefully we allow that to affect the choices we make in a positive way.